Dear Lord, thank you for gathering us here on this special occasion as we start this new year of public service to our communities. Let us thank God for all who have served on this board before us, remembering in a special way those who have gone home to God. We stand on their shoulders. We thank our present board and all of our elected county officials for serving diligently in this most magnificent county, a county that is truly blessed by God. So God of power and might and wisdom and justice, through your authorities rightly administered, laws are enacted and judgment is decreed. Assist with your spirit of counsel and fortitude Herb Yardley, his fellow freeholders and other government leaders of Sussex County. Inspire them with diligence, integrity, and honesty for the good of the people. And they always seek the ways of righteousness, justice, and mercy. And grant that they may be enabled by your powerful protection to lead our county with honesty and integrity. Wishing Freeholder Yardley and all of our freeholders a wonderful and successful year. All of this we ask through our Savior. Amen.
Amen.
We'll now do the salute to the flag.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Public statement. Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231 PL 1975, adequate notice is defined by Section 3D of Chapter 231 PL 1975 has been made by regular mail on the 4th day of January 2018 as per authorization of the Board, as per notice which was posted, emailed, and mailed from the administrative offices of the County of Sussex, located in the Administrative Center, 1 Spring Street, Newton, New Jersey, to the following: New Jersey Herald, New Jersey Sunday Herald, the Star Ledger, WNNJ Radio, and WSUS Radio, and is also posted on the bulletin board maintained in the Administrative Center for Public Announcements and has been submitted to the Sussex County Clerk in compliance with said act.
Jeffrey M. Parrott, County Clerk, will do the determination statement for the November 17, 2018 election.
Thank you. Statement of determination. A statement of determination of the Board of County Canvassers relative to an election held in the County of Sussex and State of New Jersey for the election of certain officers for the county on the 7th day of November 2017. The said board does determine that at said election, Herbert Yardley, County Freeholder, 3-year term, was duly elected to the office and for the term above set forth. I do hereby certify that the foregoing is true, full and correct statement of the determination of the Board of Canvassers therein mentioned. In witness whereof, I have hereto set my hand this 9th day of November 2017. Jeffrey M. Parrott, Sussex County Clerk. Alan P. Langard, Chairperson, Board of County Canvassers. State of New Jersey, County of Sussex. I, Jeffrey M. Parrott, County Clerk, the County of Sussex, do hereby certify that the foregoing is true, full, and correct. Copy of the statement of the determination of Board of County Canvassers relative to an election held in a county or regional district thereof on the herein noted for certain officers and certificate thereto appended as fully and entirely as the same remains on file in my office. Testimony set forth 9th day of November 2017. Mr. Yardley, congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, now we will have the swearing in of Herbert Yardley. He will be sworn in as a member of the Sussex County Board of Chosen Freeholders by Judge Gerald B. Hannafin for a 3-year term.
These are my two grandchildren. One's a little shy. Okay. Repeat after me. I, Herbert Yardley.
I, Herbert Yardley, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
do solemnly swear I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established in the United States and in this state under the authority of the people.
one more time,
And bear true faith and allegiance
bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same,
and to the governments established
to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States,
in this state
under the authority of the people,
and that to the best of my ability
and that to the best of my ability
I will faithfully and justly perform all the duties of the office
will perform all the duties of the office
of Freeholder for the County of Sussex,
of Freeholder for the County of Sussex,
to fill a 3-year term
to fill a 3-year term
to which I have been elected,
to which I have been elected,
and the term expire December 31st, 2020, so help me God.
the term to expire December 31st, 2020, so help me.
We don't know.
So help me God.
We could go further.
Thank you.
That doesn't limit you.
First order of business is the election and appointment of a director of the Sussex County Board of Chosen Freeholders for the year 2018.
I move that Freeholder Rose be the director.
Second that. Anything comment?
Freeholder Rose is somebody who's impressed me greatly. One of the wonderful things about sitting on this Freeholder Board is that you get to work with people and you get to learn about them. Sometimes they learn more about you than you learn about them, but everybody does the best they can. Freeholder Rose is a man of integrity. He's a man of thought. His concerns are not just what's on the surface, but what's below the surface. And also not what happens today, but what happens tomorrow and next year. So I'm very proud of the secretary.
All right, so I'm doing the roll call now. Freeholder Graham,
Yes.
Freeholder Lazaro,
Yes.
Freeholder Patillo,
Yes.
Freeholder Yardley,
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rose.
Yes. Congratulations.
Please repeat after me. I, Jonathan M. Rose,
I, Jonathan M. Rose,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
and I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same,
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and this state
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that to the best of my ability
and that to the best of my ability,
I will faithfully and justly perform all the duties of
I will faithfully and justly perform all the duties of
Freeholder Director for the county,
Freeholder Director for the County of Sussex,
to fill a 1-year term,
to fill a 1-year term,
which I have been appointed,
said
term to expire December 31st, 2018.
said term to expire December 31st, 2018.
So help me God.
So help me God. Where the head is this thing, Carly must have used it a lot. There are times during the year that the director of the board may be absent It is the desire of the board at this time to appoint a deputy director of the board for the year 2018. Resolution regarding appointing the deputy director of the board, chosen freeholders for the year 2018.
I'd like to nominate Sylvia Patillo.
I'll second.
Can I also say something? Sure. It's interesting, I'm the only person on the board that has not served as mayor. We have Mayor Yardley, Mayor Lazaro, Mayor Patillo, and Mayor Rose. I made it to council president. That's as far as they would let me go with my limited knowledge and education. But it's a real wonderful thing to serve with those that have achieved mayor, because they understand not only what you're facing in front of you, but what the implications are and how it affects the people as it rolls down. Sylvia was the mayor of the town next to me. In fact, I went to Sussex the other day, or Hopakong the other day, and I said I'm from the stand-up section of Hopakong, because Sylvia was our mayor in many ways. So I wholeheartedly support Sylvia, and congratulations.
Any further comments? Roll call, please.
Freeholder Graham.
Yes.
Freeholder Lazaro.
Yes.
Freeholder Patillo.
Yes.
Freeholder Yardley.
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rose.
Yes.
Mr. Gentleman.
The driver.
The
driver.
The driver's here.
Repeat after me. I, Sylvia Patillo,
I, Sylvia Patillo,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
of the State,
and I will bear true faith and allegiance
and I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same and to the governments established in the United States
to the same and to the governments established in the United States,
and the state under the authority of the people,
and the state under the authority
and to the best of my ability,
and to the best of my ability,
and justly perform the duties of the office of
justly perform the duties of the office of
Freeholder Deputy Director for the County of Sussex,
Freeholder Deputy Director for the County of Sussex,
to fill 1 year,
to fill 1 year,
a term which I have been appointed.
term which I have been appointed,
Said term to expire December 31st, 2018.
said term to expire December 31st, 2018.
So help me God.
Resolution regarding appointment of Teresa Lyons as clerk of the Sussex County Board of Chosen Freeholders pursuant to NJSA 48:9-26 for a 3-year term beginning on January 8, 2018.
So moved.
Second by Lazaro, second by Graham. Discussion? Roll call.
Just want to tell us the process.
So,
No, I just.
yeah, I would be happy to. I was going to just ask you if it's okay if I comment. We had several interviews of several individuals who applied for the office of clerk, and the full board had interviewed all these people and talked with them, and then we called them back for a second time and talked a second time, and we picked Ms. Lyons to be the clerk of our board. We are very pleased to have you here. She's a very competent person. She's got a great resume, and she's been around the block a couple times, so she'll keep us all in good shape, I'm sure. So we're very happy to welcome you, and we're very pleased that you accepted the position, and we look forward to working with you.
There, can you stand up for a second? Any further comments? Roll call, please.
Freeholder Pratt. Sorry. Freeholder Graham. It's not on my agenda.
great, Susan.
Yes.
All right, let's cross it over. Freeholder Graham.
Yes.
Freeholder Lazaro.
Yes.
Freeholder Patillo.
Yes.
Freeholder Yardley.
Abstain.
Freeholder Director Rose.
Yes. No proclamations for this evening. Resolution regarding date and time of meetings of the Board of Chosen Freeholders. Resolution regarding designation of official newspaper. Resolution regarding designation of official newspaper. Resolution regarding designation of official newspaper. Resolution regarding designation of newspapers in conformance with the Open Public Meetings Act. Resolution regarding banks as depositories. Resolution regarding approving a cash management plan for 2018. Resolution regarding filing of oaths. Resolution regarding clerk of the board authorized to charge fees for copies of public records. Resolution regarding payment of salaries. Resolution regarding payment of bills. Resolution regarding payment, filing of bonds. Resolution regarding holiday schedule for 2018. Resolution regarding appointment of William Joseph as the official town crier for the county of Sussex for 2018. Resolution regarding establishing policy relative to emergency purchases of goods and services according with accordance with NJSA 48:11-6 and NJAC 5:34-6.1. Resolution regarding authorization for the Sussex County Treasurer to pay bills on the second and fourth Wednesday of the month when the Board of Chosen Freeholders does not meet on the second and/or fourth Wednesdays of the month. Resolution regarding providing the Freeholder Director with veto power over the county authorities pursuant to NJSA 40:20-71.3. Resolution regarding appointment of the Clerk of the Board of Chosen Freeholders as the custodian of core county government records pursuant to NJSA 47:1A-1 et sec. Resolution regarding amending resolution entitlement, quote, reappointment of Brian Howtow as a member of the Sussex County Agricultural Development Board for a 3-year term effective immediately and expiring on September 30th, 2020, end quote, and adopted October 11th, 2017 to read, quote, reappointment Brian Howtow as a member of the Sussex County Agricultural Development Board for a 4-year term effective immediately and expiring September 30th, 2021, end quote. Resolution regarding a reappointment of Cliff London and Lisa Chamings as members of the Sussex County Open Space Advisory Committee, said terms to begin immediately and expire December 31st, 2020. Resolution regarding appointment of chairperson and vice chairperson for the Sussex County Open Space Trust Fund Advisory Committee for 2018. Resolution regarding reappointment of Michael Francis as a member of the Sussex County Planning Board for a term of 3 years, term to expire December 31st, 2020. Resolution regarding reappointment of Angelo Barron as a member at large of the Sussex County Water Quality Management Policy Advisory Committee for a term of 3 years, term to expire on December 31st, 2020. Resolution regarding reappointment of Shirley Baldwin, Dennis A. Minamy, and Susan C. Shake as members of the Advisory Council of Sussex County Division of Senior Services for terms of 3 years each. Said terms to expire December 31st, 2020. Resolution regarding appointment of Francesca McKiernan as a member of the Advisory Council of the Sussex County Division of Senior Services for a 3-year term, term to begin immediately and expire December 31st, 2020. Resolution regarding reappointment of Anthony P. Barilli, Persons with Disability Representative, as a member of the Sussex County Community Transport Citizens Advisory Committee for a 3-year term, said term to expire December 31st, 2020. Resolution regarding appointment of Gloria Dicker as a member of the Sussex County Disability Services Advisory Council to fill an unexpired term previously held by Pamela Whitman, term to expire December 31st, 2018. Resolution regarding appointment of Maureen Cianci as a member of the Sussex County Transit Citizens Advisory Committee as a pursuant advocate for a 3-year term, said term to expire December 31st, 2020.
So moved.
Second. Motion by Lozano, second by Graham. Discussion?
Yes, I'd like to move resolution 17, just pull that and vote on separate.
The way we can do that,
Unless there's a problem, I'll abstain.
17. So what you can do, thirdly, is make a motion to amend and remove item 17 from consideration.
Okay, I'd like to motion to remove item 17 from the...
Motion by Yardley,
Second.
second by Lazaro. Discussion on the amendment.
Just, I know people in some of the banks, and I'd like to make sure there's not a conflict.
No problem. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those, any further discussion on the motion as amended? Roll call vote on the motion as amended.
Freeholder Graham.
Yes.
Freeholder Lazaro.
Yes.
Freeholder Patillo.
Yes.
Freeholder Freeholder Yardley. Freeholder Director Rose.
Yes.
It's like,
We also have a resolution regarding banks as depositories.
We have to wait on that?
Yes.
Make a motion.
Motion second by Graham, second by Lazaro. Discussion. Roll call, please.
Freeholder Graham.
Yes.
Freeholder Lazaro.
yes.
Freeholder Patillo.
Yes.
Freeholder Yardley. Freeholder Director Rose.
Yes. And I was told before we began that I had to make the meeting very quick, so I did that by cutting out a big chunk. Let's go back to number 9. Can we have Terry, can we swear you in, please?
My brother Jack.
No, Brother Jack.
Brother Jack.
Sparta resident. You might one of these.
Repeat after me, Teresa.
Do it in blocks, please.
I, Teresa
I, Teresa.
Lyons,
Thank
I was always a smart one. I'll give you the long prayer.
do solemnly swear
you. Do solemnly swear
I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States,
in the United States
in this state,
and this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and will faithfully and justly perform the duties of office of the Sussex County Clerk of the Board of Frozen.
Office of the Clerk of the Board of Chosen Freeholders
To fill a 3-year term.
to fill a 3-year term,
The said term beginning January 8th
said term beginning January 8th
and expire January 7th,
and expiring January 7th,
2020,
2020,
to which I have been appointed,
to which I have been appointed
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God. Thank you.
We have Jerry Scanlon, Chairman of Sussex County Republican Committee. Would you recognize all the dignitaries present?
Sure, Steve Gonzalez. Man, darn through the whole thing, that was fast. My name's Jerry Scanlon, Chairman of Sussex County Republican Committee. I almost said something else. Congratulations, first of all, to you guys on your new jobs. Looking forward to 5 of you working together as a tiny tune machine, probably doing the work of all the citizens of the county as quickly and efficiently as you just did. Anyway, let me rattle off some dignitaries. You're all dignitaries, but we'll go quickly. Actually, I want to point out Senator Oroho and Assemblyman Parker Space. They would absolutely be here, but they're in the voting session, so it's got moved. They're down in Trenton voting, doing our work. We have Assemblyman-elect tomorrow will be actually sworn in. How it works. Gary Zach. Already did all you guys. Good job. All Freeholders. The county prosecutor, Frank Scott. So a couple congressional candidates here, Mayor Steve Lonigan, as well as John McCann. Pacon Mayor, Mike Francis. There's some SCUMA commissioners in the House. The chairman, Tom Mattson. The election board commissioner, Debbie Works. Newton Councilman Dan Flynn. Council President Don Fantasia. Stephen Skellinger. Rich Schindler. Anyway, I also wanted to say, you know, this is the end of the year. It's also, Sussex County Administrator. I think it's end of the year. I wanted a special thanks. I think we should all thank some of the ones that have served us for a long time and have kind of moved on. So I'd like to thank Assemblywoman Gail Phoebus, as well as Freeholder Phil Brown. And one more, immediately following this event, the meeting of the street will be having, sponsored by the county and state officials. A reception down at the Spring Street Park.
Everyone's invited.
And you're all invited.
That's why we're trying to get through the meetings.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jerry. I'd like to have freeholder remarks. Freeholder Graham.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for all coming. It's nice. It's a very friendly room. I mean, some of you are even smiling right now. More of you are smiling now. I want to thank those people who have come here in the cool air, which is not cold air like it was this last few weeks. But I want to thank particularly our employees, our directors who are here. We have our Director of Health and Human Services, Carol Novrit. Our county engineer is here, Mr. Papanello. The Director of the Health Department, Jim McDonald. We have Marge McCabe, who is our administrator for the election board. I hope I didn't miss, there are other employees in the room. I hope I didn't miss anybody in particular. I'm sorry. But I wasn't catching everybody. Everybody who's an administrator or who works for the county, please stand up so that we can acknowledge them. Thank you. Mr. Poff did not stand up, so obviously Mr. Poff doesn't consider himself a full-fledged employee.
I was previously recognized.
A couple of years ago, I had the honor of being sworn in as director of the Freeholder Board, and I would have to say that Mr. Lazaro, Mr. Rose, follow me. It's not an easy job. It's a job that people think is an honorary job. It's not an honorary job. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort. I know that there are other former freeholders and freeholder directors in the room, and they would have to acknowledge the same. It takes more time than one would think. But when we came to the Freeholder Board, we didn't come here as an honorary position. We came here because we realized that there were things that needed to be done, and they had to be done in the manner befitting the citizens of this county and the mission of this county. And every year it becomes a little bit more difficult to try and achieve the mission of the county because things get more expensive, taxes keep going up. Taxes is the thing that we all think of when we write those checks 4 times a year or do mortgage payments, and it becomes more and more frustrating. But cutting out essential services is also not something that we can do. I acknowledged Mr. Campanello a while ago, and Mr. Campanello's department was out plowing roads and dropping salt all day today and many other times. I acknowledged Carol Novrit and her department, social services, because those are the things that go on regardless. We have to acknowledge that. The same thing with the health department. The health department ensures that whether you live in Byram or Sparta or Wantage or Newton, that the food that you eat is safe, that the preparation is done properly, and that the water is something that we can all trust. Mr. Yardley would know that probably better than anybody else. He spent most of his career doing that. But when it comes down to taxes, and the thing that I want to address a bit tonight is, over the last few years, we've had to face something head on, and that was a difficult time with a solar development that has cost the county a lot of money, And that is not something, when people think that that happened in 2015, and came in 2015, and it's why we're discussing this anymore, is that we're paying for it still. We're paying for over $2 million a year. That's what it costs, and it's going to cost that much for the next several years. There is income that comes against it. It's a big shortfall. It is not something that we are ever going to be making up. And the reason I'm bringing this out, and I hope, where's our reporter? I hope it's acknowledged in there, is that every year we have to have that built into our tax base. So this year, as our costs go up on health insurance, salaries, software, hardware, trucks, tires, salt, that sits there. And it's going to sit there for quite some time. That's what we're working around. So please understand, as we go in, we had to raise taxes 2 years ago to make that difference up. And we're absolutely transparent. You want to see the books? Books are there to see. But that's what we're working on. Now, all the other things in there, holding back on what the cost of the services are, that's something that we have to tackle, and we tackle it every single year that we're here. But I just wanted to bring that forward. I want to say thank you to Mr. Poff as our administrator. Over the last couple of years, we've also had to change or bring in new faces for a number of positions. And Mr. Poff, you're serving admirably. And I'm saying it publicly. I told you I would say it publicly. I look forward to serving with the Freeholder Board. I look very much to serving with Mr. Yardley. Mr. Yardley is somebody I've admired for a great deal of time. Mr. Yardley was the man that told me, don't walk up the stairs, take the elevator, because people have heart attacks going up the stairs. Well, Mr. Yardley, I had my heart attack last year. I wasn't on the stairs. But I'm not disqualifying the fact that it may have been a contributing factor. That and probably those cheeseburgers. I just want to say thank you and congratulations to our director and deputy director, and Happy New Year, everybody.
Freeholder Lazaro.
It's always fun to follow George. He covers just about everything. But thank you, Jonathan, first off, for my deputy director, and you were very supportive and very helpful. Was always there. I forgot to bring my Robert's rules with me. I left it on the kitchen table, but I was going to carry it with me so that you could see that you made an impact. I mean, to have that wherever I go.
I've got a copy.
Well, that's okay. I'm sure you have an extra. Jonathan was always there, and I have every faith in your leadership over the next year. I want to take a moment to give, to say that the board that we worked with this year, we came in here not with the intent on doing the right thing. And we worked very hard in the first year, the first 2 years, to straighten out and clean up a lot of things that were very awkward, very difficult for us. But we worked as a team, and we worked together, and we had some differing viewpoints and different ideas, but somehow we always came together, and the team was solid and broken. And welcome Herb on board, and glad to have you on the team, and we'll work together again as we continue going. I especially want to take a moment to thank George. George's been through some difficult times on the board, but he was always there for any question, and I could bounce ideas off of him and get honest responses back, and was part of the success of what we've done in the last year, in the last 2 years, that we were able to bounce our ideas over each other. I'm excited to welcome Greg Poff as our administrator on board. That was a wonderful thing. I want to take a special moment to give special thanks to Susie. When our clerk had another opportunity come up, Susie jumped in, took over, and did a fantastic job. And Susie, I publicly thank you very much and appreciate your hard work. And not once did you grimace, you just put your nose to the grindstone and went, and she kept doing her walks. Thank you very much. I know we hired a new clerk this year. We welcome you, Teresa. It's good to have you aboard, and we look forward to working with you. We did a lot of things this year. One of the things we did was did some revision in engineering so that we could bring in some more engineers. We're trying to tackle the bridges and the roads that we have in Sussex County, and we've worked hard on them, and we've made a lot of accomplishments. We've got a couple of big ones going this year that we're going to get done before the end of the year, and maybe even Booter Road. We enhanced our striping program. We're updating other bridges. I served on the NJTPA. That was an interesting experience. That's where a lot of our federal monies come from. And one of the things that I made my task was to let them know that Sussex County exists up here. Most of them don't even know that. They're busy with Jersey City and Hoboken and Newark and all of that. And, you know, we wave in the back of, don't forget us. We have roads too. So that was an interesting and exciting experience. I want to thank all our employees. We have a great employee base, and they've worked hard. They've been there, and they've been very good with teaching us what goes on and how things go on. They've been very amenable to making adjustments and changes as we go along. We cover many facets of life through our health and social services programs and our health department and the engineering department. We are very people-oriented. We are very hands-on this board and in this county, and that's a great thing. I think that's a credit for all of us. So Jonathan, I look forward to another exciting year. You got our support. We'll be
Not too excited.
We'll get that. Thank you.
Thank you. I have to say before I start, my wife said, quick, and make sure you stick to your scripts. I do have something in writing that I'd like to say here. First of all, I want to thank all of the voters of the county for trusting me to be your next freeholder. Honored and humbled to have your support. I'm glad to be here tonight, and I'm very appreciative to everyone that came out to see me and gets me in. I'd like to thank Judge Hannafin and Monsignor Q for participating here tonight. Thank both of you. Monsignor left. I'd like to thank my wife, Pat, for putting up with me for this whole campaign, and Kellyanne Hart, Don Hogan, and the Republican team of Steve, Parker, and Hal, and Jerry, and all of my family and friends and other people who supported me for the last year. So thank all of you. Thank you guys. You know, I ran for office for many different reasons, but one of the main reasons is really a quality of life in the county. I had the opportunity to listen to concerns of the residents, and I'd say I've heard them loud and clear. I look forward to working with the Freeholder Board on many issues facing the county. And on that note, just to say I recently had the opportunity to meet with Senate President Steve Sweeney concerning the issues facing our county. I also spoke with the freeholders from other counties on mutual problems and shared information and ideas. I spoke with the administrator of Morris County on the process of retaining professionals from Gloucester County to review the 911 system and jail solutions that they resolved many years ago, to see if we can get some ideas instead of reinventing the wheel. And I know the board has worked very hard on those issues. And I hope that I can bring something to the board to help with that. I've been gathering information to share and hopefully collaborate with everyone. Some of the issues I'm passionate about is public approved bonding, tax control through accountability, shared services, economic development, working with our veterans, and the opioid problem facing our county, which I think is very serious. I dedicate all my help that I can for that. I look forward to working with this board on all the issues that face us, and one of the things that I want to say is I came to Sussex County because of its beautiful environment, the school system, and the people that lived here. And I will be available to speak with any of the residents of the county anytime on the issues, and hopefully I will do a great job for the county because I intend to. Thank you very much.
Deputy Director Patil.
Good evening. I'd like to welcome everyone and thank you for taking the time to attend our reorganization meeting. At this time, I'd like to express my gratitude to Judge Hannafin for coming out in this weather and swearing us in, and also to Monsignor McKee for his blessing and his very inspirational prayer. I'd also like to congratulate Herb Yarley and welcome you to the board, and congratulate Teresa Lyons and welcome you as our new clerk. I'm very grateful and honored to be appointed as Deputy Director this year, and I look forward to working closely with our new Director, Jonathan Rose, congratulations, and the members of this board. As I reflect on the past year, I am reminded of a quote from Marie Curie, who said, "I was taught the way of progress is neither swift nor easy." Her simple words brought me comfort and reassurance every time I became frustrated. And if her words were relevant to me in 2017, I expect they will be even more significant in 2018, as we prepare for a new governor who holds very different values, and the promise of higher taxes in New Jersey. Knowing that success takes good planning and time, I believe that this Freeholder Board is capable and ready to make the hard decisions that will bring financial stability in the future. I began my first year on this board by meeting with all of our department heads and getting to know our employees. What I found was a staff that is devoted to the people in Sussex County. A staff that makes valuable contributions to the welfare of our residents every day, and in many departments serves as emissaries to the public. Tonight, I would like to thank all of them, every employee in every department, for their professionalism and dedication to our residents. I also want to thank our new administrator, Gregory Poff, for stepping in at a very difficult time and bringing stability. I know he enjoys this new position, and he is focused on the unique challenges that we face as a county and the need for creative solutions. He certainly hit the ground running, and it is a pleasure. It's wonderful to have him on. As I was preparing my speech, I quickly realized that there were so many ways I could go and so many things that I could highlight. But tonight, I decided to spend a little time speaking about the human side of county government, beginning with the opioid epidemic that has become the most serious drug overdose crisis in the history of the United States. It is a threat to all of us. 95 Americans die every day from opioids. And now with the infusion of fentanyl and other similar drugs, this crisis is escalating. The statistics are frightening. One forecast by staff estimates that 500,000 more people will die from opioid overdoses in the next 10 years. That is the population of a small city. I would like to commend all the members of the Center for Prevention, which is our local prevention and treatment agency in the county, and everyone affiliated with the CLEAR initiative for fighting this health crisis by focusing on drug education and recovery programs. In the last 6 months, our agency has received $759,000 in grants that are from federal money, but allocated by the state to fund programs that change the structure of how care is provided. Many of these programs offer recovery for people who are seeking help. for reversed overdosed patients, for hospital patients that have medical problems as well as substance abuse disorders, and for people who have relapsed after treatment. They also fund educational and prevention programs for all ages. The CLARE initiative, which was created 17 months ago, set a firm foundation which ties all these grants together under one common goal: a healthy community. Our agency has taken the lead, and CLARE is now being recognized across the state of New Jersey. For the first time, we are all working together. That is a tremendous accomplishment and a strong defense against this opioid crisis. Next, I would like to speak about our Health and Human Services Department. They do so much and rarely get the recognition they deserve. During the year, they work diligently to change the odds so that people have individual opportunities to live healthy, productive, and self-sufficient lives. We started this year with a new health officer, Jim McDonald, who has brought a wealth of experience to the position. The health division is similar to our human services in that few people realize the depth of their work and how important it is to our quality of life. In social services, Joan Brucio took the helm and has become an integral part of the human services community. I would like to mention two very important programs that came from the human services community this year that were implemented. The first one came from the Mental Health Board, who advocated for the campaign to change directions from the stigma of mental health in America. This initiative is to help reduce the stigmas associated with mental illness, so that families and friends who recognize the 5 signs of mental illness will feel comfortable in helping their loved ones seek the treatment that they need. The second program came from the Community Youth Services Division. They implemented the Right to Life program and Station House Adjustment. This program targets teens and children who have exhibited behaviors that may cause them to be suspended from school or become involved in the juvenile justice system. It is an intervention program that provides behavioral health and addiction services to the teens and family. It helps them get back on the right track, hopefully early enough so they don't fall into the juvenile justice system. These are two very important programs because mental illness and adolescent behavioral problems can contribute to substance abuse and to suicide. That is why early intervention is so important. It provides a lifeline that gives them the skills to thrive. As we all know, many people fall on hard times for many different reasons. Fortunately, in Sussex County, we have great community-based organizations to help expand our county resources. Our human services staff coordinate with these agencies to provide the services that their clients need. And I'd like to mention just a few of them. We have our senior services who partners with Sussex County Community College to provide the Senior Life Project classes for seniors. These classes are for our senior population. It keeps their minds active. It goes from art to literature to drama. They have a wonderful time and they enjoy the socialization with their peers. We have our senior services that operate the senior nutrition site at 3 municipalities, Paccon, Franklin, and Vernon. The seniors that come to lunch, we call them the lunch bunch in Paccon. Many of them, this is the only meal that they have every day. Many of them live on their own, they don't cook, and rarely eat a second dinner after they have their lunch. Our Meals on Wheels program. We have 90 homebound seniors that receive a hot meal delivered by Catholic Charity volunteers and staff and Newton Medical Center through federal grants. Every year they ask the elected officials to take the Meals on Wheels to their residents, and every year Michael, Mayor Paccon, and I would go. And it was amazing to watch the reactions when you came to the door. Remember, these are shut-ins that don't get in. Not only were they happy to have the meal, but they loved having the socialization. Just to spend 10 minutes with them, it just changed their whole day and their outlook. I am sure you have all heard about the volunteers from Champions for charity that work in our food pantry. This year, they fed about 3,000 people a month. Think of that number. 3,000 people a month. In November, the pantry helped provide food for 24 other county-based food pantries. And every weekend, they supplied weekend meals stored in backpacks for 600 children in 5 county school districts, so they have meals over the weekend. The backpacks are at the school. The children put them on their backs, get on the bus and go home, and they have meals for the weekend. 600 out of just 5 school districts. These are just a few examples of what our employees and volunteers accomplished this year. Indeed, they are extraordinary people who have a passion to help others in need. But in most cases, their clients' stories are kept private, so no one ever hears about them. Tonight, I'd like to end my speech by sharing with you one of their success stories about a mother who fell upon difficult times. Through the empathy and support of our human service workers and our network agencies, her whole life was transformed, and her hope for a bright future was restored. The story is about Debbie, a mother of 2 young boys. She is a lifelong resident of Sussex County, and when she married, she and her husband bought a small bi-level house across the street from her childhood home. Debbie worked in the medical field until the company was bought by a larger corporation. At that time, her husband was diagnosed with mental illness. He wasn't taking his medication, he couldn't keep a job, and he was very abusive to Debbie. Debbie actively searched for a job. However, because of the recession, was not able to find anything. There were no open positions available in her fields, and other employees thought she was just overqualified. Debbie's husband moved out and left the state. When Debbie's unemployment benefits ended, she went to social services. There she received food from the pantry and food stamp benefits, as well as temporary aid for needy families, and child support services to help collect child support from the absent parent. She went to Daisy to seek help for herself and her family. And Project Self-Sufficiency provided services to Debbie, including new skills, gifts for the holidays, and clothing for interviewing and case management. Through the employment and training program, she attended Sussex County Community College, where she was trained in a work field that had a demand for employees. When Debbie could no longer afford a car and had no transportation, Skyland's Ride provided transportation for her to go to college, go on job interviews, and go grocery shopping. Through the Pass It Along program, Debbie and her sons had warm coats to wear in the winter. Today, Debbie lives apart from her husband in Sussex County. She has a job that she loves, and her 2 boys are thriving. She often says, "It feels good to be happy." What a beautiful success story to encourage all of us as we look forward to new beginnings and new opportunities in 2018. As this year unfolds, may you all be blessed, and may you be a blessing to others. Thank you.
Before I begin, I'd like to wish a happy birthday to County Council John Williams. When asked earlier today, and I think this is the exact quote, how old he was, he said, "Old enough to know better, but still too young to care." He also mentioned that there's nothing he'd rather do on his birthday than to attend a Freeholder realization. A dedicated employee. Thank you all for coming here this evening. Congratulations to Herb Yardley on his election victory and his swearing in. Congratulations to Sylvia Patillo for her new position. I'd like to thank Carl Lazaro for his service as Freeholder Director in 2017. I'd also like to thank Bill Crabb, George Graham, and Sylvia Patillo for the time they put in 2017. And I'd like to thank all the freeholders who have come before us. It's not easy to serve the public, and you all have put in a tremendous amount of effort. I'd like to thank all the county employees, from a new county administrator down to the part-timers. I know how hard you work for the citizens of this county. Finally, I'd like to thank the voters of Sussex County who placed me in this position. I will do my best to keep your trust and to make you proud of your vote for me. In December of last year, I had a few hours off and was able to contemplate 2018. Here in northwest New Jersey, back in 1753, Sussex County was chartered. For almost 264 years, freeholders before us have worked hard to make our county a good place to live and to work and to raise a family. They have struggled to keep taxes low and to properly position the role of government within our society. From the depths of the mines in Franklin and Ogdensburg to the heights of High Point and Wantage, our county is filled with good, decent people. We provide the food for our neighbors and labor for the state cities. We provide shelter for those in need and care for those who are suffering. We have sent our sons and daughters to Afghanistan and Iraq. We have cared for those who have come home and for the families of those who have not. Here in Sussex County, we have the best people in the state. We have the best farms in the state. We have the best places to live, and we deserve the best government. With that in mind, I challenge this Freeholder Board and our county employees to tackle the tough problems in 2018. Specifically, I challenge this board and all those who work for it to 1. Solve the funding and utilization issues with our 911 center. 2. Work with the unions and insurance providers to reduce runaway employee health care costs. 3. Make changes to the county's administrative code to increase transparency and citizen oversight. 4. Bring our tax increases down to no higher than the rate of inflation. 5. Begin litigation against those bad actors who saddled the county with the failed solar project and subsequent bailouts. This board and our county employees can make this and much more happen in 2018. Our citizens both deserve and expect nothing less. Thank you again for coming to our reorganization. Public session from the floor.
So moved, public session.
Motion from Lazar. Second. Second by Graham. Discussion. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it. Floor is open to the public. Please note, everyone is asked to keep their comments to 5 minutes or less. Please state your name, spell your last name, and state your municipal residency. We'll do it from there and there. If anyone would like to come on.
I'm Glenn Hull from Sanderson Township, HULL. I've come before the board before, but I want to congratulate you, Mr. Yardley, and Mr. Fellow, and you, Jonathan, for taking the helm here. But there's been a real problem that I've addressed before this board before, and it started here in the county, and it involves deep fraud. And I'm hoping that this board will take a serious look at it and bring the proper authorities in to investigate. This needs a proper investigation. This involves fabricating a price and a real estate transfer tax on a non-existent sale of property, and then taking that instrument into federal court and using it as a claim of property. At the same time, that instrument was never indexed in the realty index. Couldn't. So, I'm asking for an investigation. I prefer you use the FBI. I really would. I'm asking them to do it. Because this took place with a county employee, and I have that employee's name from documents from this county. And that document, when I requested it, was sent out. I was told it was not available at the time, public view, but they couldn't find it. It ended up in the Department for Destruction. And that's tampering with records as far as I'm concerned. Okay? That document spells out who places a federal employee who is not authorized, who is not part of the real estate office of the United States Park Service. That employee worked out her job classification and filed this. This deed stated no consideration, no lot and block, and did not have the proper acknowledgement that it was received at this county. And while I was trying to investigate, and I was trying to gather public information and procedures, I was denied to talk to employees. I was told the county council had informed everybody in the building that I was not allowed to talk to anybody, that they were not allowed to talk to me. So During my investigation, this is supposed to be a sale of property from Sanderson Township to the United States. Sanderson wrote a letter that states, the deed, Sanderson Township did not represent any ownership of property in that quitclaim. So my question is, how did all this get fabricated? We're talking tonight here, and I heard some great speeches on how we want to help people. Well, my family's been in court for 9 years. This has been the best 9 years, 30 years of age to 40 now, of raising their families. And they've been dogged with this consistently. They've had their houses surrounded by U.S. Marshals. They've been told they're going to be arrested if they don't go along with this. This has got to end. There needs to be a proper investigation because this lawsuit that my family's in was brought forward by this deed being recorded in the county claiming to be a sale of property, but never indexed in a real estate index because it couldn't be. It takes a lot and block for real estate to be indexed. So my point is, the United States itself was an FOIA from the Land Office of the National Park Service and stated we have no record of any transfer of property from Sanderson Township to the United States. And yet this goes on. So I'm asking this board to be compassionate, to make a tough decision. It might be embarrassing for somebody, but I'm asking this board that they will please bring in the proper authorities to investigate this. And it's going to take a tough decision, and I hope you're capable of it. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anyone else from the public? Anyone else from the public? Motion to close. Motion by? Second. Motion by Graham? Second by Yardley. Discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Those opposed? The ayes have it. The floor is closed to the public. Any appointments not being made today to the various boards and committees will be made at subsequent meetings, and there are other appointments which are coming up during the year which will be made at that time. Reminders, January 8th, noon, Disability Services Advisory Committee at the Freeholder Meeting Room. January 8th, 3 o'clock p.m., the Planning Board Development Review at the Freeholder Meeting Room. January 8th, 4 o'clock p.m., Planning Board at the Freeholder Meeting Room. January 9th, 7 o'clock p.m., Solid Waste Advisory Committee, also known as SWAC, at the Freeholder Meeting Room. January 10th, 2018, 7 p.m., Freeholder Regular Meeting at the Freeholder Meeting Room. January 11th at 1 p.m., Uniform Construction Code Board, Freeholder Meeting Room. January 11th at 7:30 p.m., Water Quality, Freeholder Meeting Room. The county offices will be closed on January 15th to celebrate the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. On January 16th at 7:30 p.m., there will be an Ag Board meeting in the Freeholder Meeting Room. January 17th at 9 o'clock a.m., there will be a Human Services Advisory Council meeting in the Freeholder Meeting Room. January 17th at 12:30 p.m., Sussex County Youth Services Committee in the Freeholder Meeting Room. January 18th at 3:30 p.m., Lakota at the Freeholder Meeting Room. And we have a motion to adjourn. Motion to adjourn. Question by Graham. Second. Second by Pizarro. Discussion. All those in favor? Aye. The ayes have it. All those opposed? The ayes have it. The meeting is adjourned.